everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and it's time for us to change our minds. Who's going to help change my mind? It's Jody Joe. How you doing, my man?
It's me. I'm good, man. I'm back. How is everybody doing?
Cheers.
Joe, let's have fun.
Doing water tonight. Drink too much on these streams. So, well, nice hangout. We got some good topics tonight.
It's been a busy news day today.
Yeah,
man.
dude, lots of stuff's happening. I dropped a video last night about aliens, dude. Their aliens are coming, Joe. That's how the 2020 is going to end, man. Aliens.
I'm trying to look at that. Is that like real life aliens or a franchise?
Oh, dude, you don't know about the aliens, dude? There's a secret base on Mars with the Galactic Federation. Oh, I will break this down. I'll blow Jody's mind in a little bit. We got so much to talk about. We got the Batman plot that is finally being revealed. Ben Affleck's Batman plot. Joe Manganiello is revealing details about it. He would have been Deathstroke in it. Interesting insight. I'm going to say, you know what? I think it could have been better than Batman by Matt Reeves. Now that we're getting even more specifics, we also got to talk. We're going to talk about a lesbian Die Hard, Jody. Break that down. We also got this. Fix Miss Marvel hashtag that's out there. I look forward to breaking this down for you guys. So many people have been asking, what's going on with this Miss Marvel? Something's wrong with Miss Marvel? We got that insight. I got a fun story about that and lots more in store, as well as your comments. I see so many in the chat. What's up, everybody? James, Marcos, Tony, Ty, Eric, D, Wheezy, D Smooth, Shogun, Assassin, Sathwick, Mike from Rogue Comics. I saw Lewis earlier, James, Jason. So many folks in there. Thank you guys all for tuning in early, getting here on time while I'm always late. I apologize, but we're here. Jody, how's your week been going so far?
It's been going good. It's been busy. It's been crazy. It's been wild. As you know, we had that stream last week, and it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I need you guys to understand, I don't be knowing what Andy be having plans sometime for these shows, and I be first getting reactions when he tells me live with y'all. So some of this shit gonna be crazy tonight. Yeah, I look forward to it, man.
We got lots of stuff,
good, bro.
I'm looking for the I'm trying to get this alien story. Is definitely
Thursday, that Disney day, that should be great too. So it's gonna be a busy week.
Yeah, it's to the investor day. A lot of people are speculating, will they actually drop some information?
Please hold out for theaters.
It's a time where they should, but we will see if they do.
All the cards are in their hands. Just hold it out. You guys could do it. You guys could save theaters on your own. Disney, do it. Make it happen.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I'm hoping we're moving around our Nerd Wars that night to hopefully have some fights based off of the news. We got some backups if they don't, but stay tuned then. But all right, let's get to this first topic. Let's hang out. So good to see you guys. You know how the show works. You can send over support mods. Thank you, Shogun, for dropping it over there. The link tree shows you how to do it through Streamlabs. Interrupt the show. We'll talk with whatever you guys want to talk about. But the first part of the show, which I'll trim later, is going to be this Joe Manganiello revealing new details about Ben Affleck's abandoned Batman movie. All right, so Jody, the question is going to be, would this have been better? Now, I was talking to you before the stream, and you were talking about the version that had Arkham Asylum, all the bad guys that were going to be in it. That's what I had heard too. That still could be part of it, but that's not how Joe's describing it. So Arkham Asylum, yes, please. I want to see that movie like crazy. Sounds like you do as well. But let's go down to what Joe actually revealed about the new movie, and let's see if we like this better. So he spoke to, is this I think to Yahoo. And so he's promoting this new movie.
To Yahoo?
I think it was Yahoo Entertainment. He's promoting his movie Arch Enemy, which opens in theaters as well as digital VOD on December 11th. And so he was out there sort of doing the rounds, and they asked about the Batman adventure, and he revealed that it would have had a strong David Fincher vibe. Now, I get that vibe from Matt Reeves' as the Batman also. It feels like Paul Dano's Riddler. Everything feels a little Seven-ish. And that's one of my favorite thrillers out there ever. Man, Kevin Spacey, that's the best I mean, I guess real Kevin Spacey maybe, but Kevin Spacey as John Doe is so good in that movie. It's so creepy. At the time, Affleck had just started doing the director's 2020 hit Gone Girl by David Fincher, and so he took inspiration from one of his earlier movies. There were similarities to The Game. Now, do you remember that one, Jody? With Michael Douglas? Sean Penn?
Yeah,
it's a good one, underrated one. Sort of a twist. You don't know what's going on with it. It's a worthy of a rewatch. It's a fun sort of. It's a game. What's happening? Is it real? Is it happen? What you don't really know. But he was referring to that movie, saying that Fincher's 1997 cult favorite starred Michael Douglas as a rich banker who loses everything overnight, then runs into a dangerous gauntlet orchestrated by a shadowy organization. That's what he wanted to basically pitch the Batman as. So
where's the setting? Is it in the asylum or just Gotham in general?
So the pitch was Batman, Deathstroke was going to perform a similar demolition job on Bruce Wayne's life, systematically destroying his public status as Gotham City's leading citizen and his private existence as a Cape Crusader. It was a really dark story in which Deathstroke was like a shark or a horror movie villain that was dismantling Bruce's life from the inside out. It was a systematic thing. He killed everyone close to Bruce and destroyed his life to try and make him suffer because he felt that Bruce was responsible for something that happened to him. And so that sounds badass. So this was, aside from the game, also Affleck was going to borrow from the comic Born Again, classic arc from Frank Miller's run of Daredevil that was loosely adapted to the screen in the third season of the Netflix series. It was really cool, really dark, really hard. Magniello says wistfully. I was very excited for it. So Snyder, who teased the Batman in the original version of post-credit scene that appears at the end of Justice League, where Deathstroke plays visit to Jesse Eisenberg. So I didn't know this, Jody. I don't know, maybe you did. The original end scene was the same, but it was all going to tease and set up Ben Affleck's Batman. So the scene, the Deathstroke and Lex dialogue was all about Batman specifically, but they went and reshot. They kept Joe Manganiello as is. He thought he was going to be cut from the movie once the Batman sort of fell apart, but they reshot Jesse Eisenberg's shot and made it about the team up. And what's interesting, I didn't know this one either. This is also an interesting. Did you guys know? So anyway, as they were planning that, he got called by John Berg, who said, we reworked the scene and put it back in. So suddenly Deathstroke was back in, and he was as surprised as anybody, he said. But instead of the Batman tee-up, Lex and Slade encounter now laid the groundwork for a second Justice film, though not necessarily the one Snyder had planned. Rather than reshoot the entire sequence, the filmmakers opened up to rewrite Eisenberg's side. They reshot all of Jesse's dialogue to tease Justice League Part 2, which was going to be the Injustice League. Magnolia says now. For the record, Snyder didn't go that route and was going to do Darkseid as his. But all of that original dialogue was about Batman and it was changed to lines like, shouldn't we have a league of our own? And so they were going to do an Injustice League, which is that. I know the game Injustice, but Legion of Doom,
it's
I knew.
A real thing.
Was there an Injustice
Legion
League
of Doom
as well?
was the thing that I first went to, but yeah, there is an Injustice League as well. And I don't know why I didn't piece those together, but because Legion of Doom is probably more iconic. But yeah, you're right. There was an Injustice League.
So I mean, the Injustice video game, which I actually played recently because I'm always delayed on my games, but I actually really like that plot line. It's a fun game to the cutscenes even, and just having like Mortal Kombat with all the DC heroes.
I'm not a fan of just taking a crap on Superman. I'm just not a fan of it.
Well, sure, but that's a separate. But anyway, regardless of all that, this plot line of where it could have gone and the Batman's setup sounds pretty awesome to me.
Yes,
this idea of like a more contained, but like let's have a villain who can actually get to Batman and sort of F up his life, figure out who it is, to start dismantling it piece by piece, and give Deathstroke a real like sort of toe to toe. Like I'm gonna figure Batman can usually do that to everybody else, but Deathstroke's gonna come in and do it to the Dark Knight, and start sort of making him really suffer. That sounds badass. You got a really cool cat and mouse. Maybe that leads him to Arkham Asylum. Maybe there's some other cameos and things that Affleck could have set up. But I'll be honest, that standalone story sounds funner to me than this Riddler mystery of him sort of walking around with Commissioner Year 2, figuring shit out. I don't know. I'm going to give it a benefit of the doubt, but you've talked about it too. I'm not that excited about it. And I did a report about the plot of it, knowing the plot a little bit more, still not that excited about it, but I'm hoping I'm surprised. I'm hoping it's underwhelmed. So I'm like, oh, cool. That surprised me. But Jody, based on these and what we know about Matt Reeves' film, what do you think of this?
I think it sounds cool. I think I like the idea of him being in Arkham Asylum better and having to deal with unlocked rogues gallery villains within the asylum, and Ben Affleck Batman's gonna have to try to navigate his way out. But then hearing this one about Deathstroke, trying to ruin and wreck his life from top to bottom, it's not a Deathstroke thing to do. He's a mercenary. I would understand if like maybe the Joker or somebody hired him to do this, then it's like, okay. But then you would probably be like, well, Bruce Wayne will just be like, I'll pay you triple. And then he'll just say, I don't work like that. I finish the job at all times. Maybe after this is done, you can't afford me anyway. If he was like for hire, I would be like, cool. But I didn't really hear that in his pitch. So if I'm choosing, I think I'm going with the Asylum pitch better. But Joe Manganiello was going to be in the Asylum pitch too. So it's like best of both worlds over there. I want to see the Asylum. I want to see, because based on what you're telling me, it's just Deathstroke, and he's the main guy wrecking Bruce's life. But in the Asylum pitch from like about 2 years ago, when leaks of the story had come out, and it was more of him in an asylum, rogues gallery villains in there, Victor Zsasz possibly being in there, Scarecrow, maybe a Joker cameo appearance. Anybody could have popped up in the asylum at any time. So seeing more rogues gallery villains when it comes to Batman, the better.
Yeah, interesting. So, because we were unfamiliar on Justice League, and so I was Googling it while we talked. Some people were filling us in the comments too, educating us. Yeah, it was apparently it was a series of villainous counterparts to the Justice League. So, formed by Agamemnon during the Silver Age, Major Disaster led his own version. They were deputized by Maxwell Lord as Justice League Antarctica. Lex Luthor, the Joker, Cheetah established their own much longer organization, Justice League Unlimited. Yeah, it sounds like it was a version that sort of had each Justice League members bad guys. Yeah, look, all this sounds interesting. I saw another comment over there. Someone was like, "Oh, I think it's gonna. I would have loved a David Fincher style Riddler story." You're gonna get that one.
That's kind of what you're gonna get with Matt Reeves' Batman.
That is what you're gonna get. You're not getting. Someone's like, "Oh, I don't want Saturday morning cartoon Riddler." No. He's
riddle me this Batman.
He's going dark serial killer version of Riddler, leaving little clues, plastic bags over faces. Like it's gonna be a dark version of Riddler, and that's the main story. From everything I've gathered in my source of stuff, it's like. It's the movie is the detective story of who is the Riddler. How does he crack this story of the Riddler? And he teams up with Commissioner Gordon to sort of figure it out how to do this in his second year of it. And there's some more to it. I don't want to spoil, but it seems a little obvious. But we'll see if he changes it up. I hope he does. But that's the story: is trying to crack down how do we find the Riddler. And then there's the crime syndicate that's going on at the same time that he's been battling for the first year or so. And that's apparently what the bulk of the movie is going to be, and who's the Riddler working for, etc. All that sort of uncovering the mystery that you're on in that movie. So, yeah, I mean, it could be cool. I'm going open ended, but it's like at the same time, I don't know, the idea of Deathstroke like tearing down Batman's life. Game style. It sounds a little bit more exciting to me than year 2 Batman going to uncover, well, who's the Riddler?
If we're comparing this to
comparing Matt Reeves to the Matt
this is all day, all the way. Give me that Deathstroke, give me that Ben Affleck Batman, give me this. Yes, we talking. Heck yeah. I'm sorry, man. This Matt Reeves Batman is gonna be great because it's Batman, right? So they're gonna give it all it's got, This why else do you think Warner Brothers delayed Batman? You think they delayed it because Robert Pattinson got COVID for 2 weeks? Please. They put that thing in 2022 so they can release that thing in 2022 in theaters. Yep. I see what y'all doing, Warner Brothers, and y'all left Wonder Woman to be the sacrificial lamb for sure. I see how it goes down. Y'all about to lose one. But it is, Nolan. But anyway, like I'm saying, Matt Reeves, his Batman's going to be great, but this Deathstroke movie is something that I really wanted to see with Ben Affleck's Batman, bruh. 2 big 6'4" people in them big meaty costumes fighting each other to the death, bruh. Both skilled tactician martial artists. You kidding me? Sign me up for that thing. And I think that was rated R too. That was a rated R Batman movie from 2018, the one that Ben Affleck was kind of pitching. That thing was serious.
Yep.
And this one might be too.
Yeah, no,
I will never see it.
I'm with you. I'm just opening up an image while you're talking because I agree. It's too small of an image, but
yeah, man. Like Matt Reeves' Batman was cool, and then you got a year 2. So you're talking about an inexperienced Batman, someone who's never really been tested. It looks like this is going to be his first actual test as Batman with this Riddler, this David Fincher type Riddler, serious killer.
Yep.
It's going to be like, I'm cool with that year 2 Batman, but if I want to watch a Batman movie, I want to see him be Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I want to see him challenged. I want to see a cool villain that's going to actually, because I still, to me, it's the best one is Heath Ledger versus him in part 2 of Nolan's trilogy. Like that's what I know you like Bane. I get it, but there's something about it. So when you can get Batman against someone who can actually give him run for his money, which I'm with you. These are like 2 big, bulky versions of it. This sort of an old hitman, guerrilla, sort of mercenary, sort of the eviler, version of what Bruce Wayne sort of is trying to do, but sort of also similar in a way. There's a lot of cool parallels here that could have been an interesting take of like, yeah, I'm using my skills to like be a mercenary. You're just trying to save people, but you're also kind of a jerk yourself, Batman. There's a way to really make that an interesting story, especially if he starts really, hurting Bruce where it hurts. So yeah, look, this would have been cool. So I'm glad Joe Magnolia told us the story because it would have been interesting. We'll see where it goes.
I hope to still see him in that suit someday.
Well, he is. He's in. Where's the shot? He is still in. Here it is. He's in the new one. And what's interesting is he's donning this mohawk, which I got no problem with. But he apparently Snyder called him up and was like, "Hey, we want to be in it again." And Magnolia's like, "Yeah, whatever you want, man. I love it. Let's do it." And so he has a small part, and he's like, "Is there anything you want to do differently this time?" Because I guess they're just reshooting all of his moments for that part. And he's like, "Man, I've always envisioned him having sort of this sort of silver mohawk." And so, yeah, they were like, "Yeah, all right, do it. Go for it." And Snyder was sort of fun and let him do it. And so they reworked the scene, put him back in. No, wait, where was this one? For the record,
that looks worse.
Anyway, but I figured you'd make fun of it, but I got no problem with it. I got no problem with that. It's kind of fun. He's doing something silly, but it makes him older. It looks like Cable. I appreciate that he like cares. He's like, I'm gonna shave it all off and grow this stupid haircut just for this part. I like when an actor gets super into it. So good for him, and he's a cool dude. Joe is a legit nerd. Throws D&D parties like in Hollywood. He's legit. I've engaged with him a couple times, social media wise and stuff.
He throws D&D parties in Hollywood.
Yeah, like he's like the Dungeons and Dragons go to. Like there's a documentary about it and stuff. It's fascinating.
Wow.
Like all these celebrities go to him.
Makes sense why he did that Pee Wee Herman film on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, he's just fun. He's a nerd. He doesn't care. I like him as a dude. Good for him. Excited to have him back. I like that he spilled the beans on that pitch a little bit.
He looks like Snake from Metal Gear Solid on this one. It looks like that's what he's trying to capture here.
Yeah, there could be a vibe of that.
Yeah,
and it's black and white as Snyder puts everything out, so it's really hard to tell what's going on, but you can sense the gray beard, the gray mohawk. I don't hate it, but some people, this looks stupid, bruh. Looks weird, but yeah, like I like when people try something different. I like that mohawk.
Just for 4 minutes, he changed his whole style, cut his hair.
That's intense, right?
Big deal for him.
Well, there you have it. But yeah, Warner Brothers, man, they got a lot to deal with right now.
They do. They really do. And after the 10th, they might have even more after this Disney press conference day.
Yeah, I mean, we might have to talk about this a little. We'll talk a little bit because it's such a big news. I'm curious to share a little of your thoughts. But yeah, AT&T, man, they're not having a good week right now, but they're trying to pretend like they are. But yeah, this is a story that will keep unfolding. But before we get there, let me snip this one for the bank. Thank you guys for watching. If you watch this on the replay, you can always catch us live every Tuesday night, and I'm here Thursday nights. Jody's Corner is live every night practically, so go subscribe to Jody's Corner. And here on Popcorn Planet, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss out. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching live, don't go anywhere. We're not done yet. We're just saving this for YouTube's. But we'll be right back in about 5 seconds. See, I told you. 3, 2, 1.